Good evening, everyone, and thank you for being here. Andre Iguodala is the Acting Executive Director of the National Basketball Players Association, or NBPA. In this role, Andre works on behalf of NBA players to ensure their rights are protected and that they are fairly compensated for the tremendous value they bring to the court and as ambassadors of the game worldwide. Andre is a four-time NBA champion with the Golden State Warriors, former All-Star, NBA Finals MVP, and if that weren't enough, two-time Olympic gold medalist. Yes. As a player, he served as a member of the NBPA's Executive Committee from 2013 to 2023. During his 19 seasons, Andre also carved out a unique niche for his success off the court. And this redefined the blueprint for younger athletes. Since 2010, Andre has been at the forefront of venture capital and technology. With a portfolio that spans more than 50 companies, he's known for his keen business savvy. Andre recently co-founded Mosaic, which is a $200 million early-stage venture capital firm where he serves as general partner focused on enterprise, fintech, healthcare, and sports companies. As the name indicates, the firm centers on diversity in all its forms while focusing on financial returns and social impact. From his Illinois hometown to becoming an NBA champion, Andre documented his journey of grit and resilience in his 2019 New York Times best-selling memoir, The Sixth Man. It's published by Penguin Random House. In 2022, Andre partnered with former teammate Evan Turner to launch New Amendment, a content production company. Together with Vox Media, they produce and co-host Point Forward, which consistently ranks in the top 5 of all sports podcasts. Now, without further ado, please join me in giving a warm HNBA welcome to Andre Iguodala.
Thank you. It's such an honor to be here speaking in front of so many distinguished members of the HNBA. It's truly an honor to be speaking in front of a group like yourselves, taking me out of the box of just being an athlete. I'm Andre Iguodala. I've spent 19 years, too many, playing basketball. The body's starting to feel it. But I learned so much along the way from Illinois, as was spoken before, and now I serve as the Executive Director for the National Basketball Players Association. Thank you. Thank you. And like many of you all, I've gone through the trials and tribulations of trying to prove you're more than the powers that be limit us to. I go back to being a youth and being in middle school and hearing an educator tell me I'd be a loser, just like the other basketball players from similar backgrounds as myself. And from that moment on, I told myself that would be the chip. Every time I had an obstacle in front of me, I always thought back to that educator telling me that I wouldn't get to the place that I ultimately wanted to be. And I think it all goes back to believing in yourself, but also believing in community. I think we're all aware of all the social economical obstacles that are placed in front of us in our neighborhoods and our communities, and how the systematic oppression can limit our dreams, can limit the way we see ourselves, and can limit the way we teach our next generation. Playing in the NBA for 19 years, I've learned to have a lot of patience, and I think that's something we all can share with one another, is that patience. And I think in the era of instant gratification, we can lose sight of how it's our duty to be great for the generation after us to provide them a lane to continue to move forward and progress as a community and together. And I think that pivotal moment for me was joining the executive committee of the National Basketball Players Association and having a proper understanding of what it means to support a group of the most influential, the most visible athletes in the world. You're seeing the contracts that a lot of these athletes are getting. You know, you're seeing the lifestyles that they're living, but we don't see trials and the tribulations that come with it. And you know, you're always limited to just being an athlete. And that power was shown to me by words can't describe this individual and the power that she showed us that we had. And it goes to Michelle Roberts. And she's here tonight. And I go back to 2020, the pandemic, and the world shuts down. And no one knows how to react, and we're just in our homes. And then another situation occurs with police brutality in the African American community. And as we're trying to figure out a way to get the world started back up again, it's interesting how sports became the catalyst to get the world up and running again. And there was a lot of conversation about, should we go back out there and should we perform? Because we would be just reduced to, as athletes, to just make money. And Michelle reminded us that it was bigger than that, because we weren't just going back out there and playing basketball. This was an opportunity for us. And I think if there's a message tonight, this is the message. The opportunity is, as a community, we're the strongest. And we can use our platform together to push that message forward. And that was the perfect opportunity where we knew we were needed. And without us, there was no basketball. The world can start up again. And so the message there, we go back out on the court, and you see Black Lives Matter on the court. You see advertising for small businesses. You know, we all see that was the beginning of DEI and how we're going to push it forward. And it was just spoken earlier how, you know, they always try to mask doing the right thing. But we must continue to hold them accountable together. And in saying that, we can't progress if we just think about ourselves. As players, there's 450 of us, spoiled rich athletes. And the thing that's used against us the most is the money will always take precedence over the community. And this was one true moment where the community stood tall. We went out and played for a purpose, which was bigger than ourselves. And that's probably the most proud moment that I've been in my career. So for you all tonight, I just want to let you know that you should all be proud of yourselves for getting here. You're going to constantly be told or given excuses of why you can't get your foot in the door or why you can't move up. But you got to remember, it's about our community. And if we continue to think 25, 50 years ahead and how we're going to have to continue to get through the obstacles that have been placed in front of us, because if you look back 60 years, we're so much further than we were. But we can never be that generation that drops the ball and becomes complacent. So with that being said, I wish you nothing but the best. I truly appreciate you for allowing me to speak in front of you today. And congrats on all our success and continued success as we continue to move forward. Thank you.